to Romantic Propaganda, guys. I'm Imani Shakur.
I'm Devon, Hewett, author of Romantic Propaganda.
This is the only podcast where we broadcast the truth, people, and expose the lies. It's a man's perspective on love, sex, relationships, women, our issues with women, and everything in between. It's raw, uncut, and most importantly, we're telling the truth. So listen closely. Ladies, grab your notepads. And don't forget to email your questions and topics to rptalktruth@gmail.com. I will put that in the description. On Twitter, we're at Romantic Propaganda, hashtag Why Do Men. We'll answer those questions as well at the end of the show. All right, let's go. Let's get into it, Devon. First of all, how was your weekend, brother? That's what I want to know.
Before I answer that question,
Okay.
Gentlemen, grab your pens too. He said the ladies.
Yeah, that's
but I want men, specifically men, grab their pens, grab a notepad, and write down everything you find important today.
Exactly. That's
all right.
Good.
So this is for men and women.
Yeah.
All
anyway,
right.
how was your weekend, bro? This
My
is our
weekend.
First show. We're gonna jump it off.
Well, that depends. What's today? Today is
Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So my Saturday and Sunday was I have to say, as it always is, it's an enlightening experience. I tend to take my weekends off and make it an opportunity to explore myself, explore life.
Cool. I like that.
And make things more clear.
I like that.
Yeah, it was pretty much a norm. My weekend was a norm. Nothing too extravagant, but something self enlightening.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mine was cool. Had a couple of people in town. We hit up some of the wineries and stuff like that. Just had some fun. You know.
Was I there?
No.
But I'm trying to
you weren't
remember.
there. That was the weekend before.
Ah.
Yeah, that was the weekend before.
You see? Okay.
Yep. So anyway, let's get into it, guys. The way it works is Devon has a topic he picks every week. I have a topic that I pick every week. Basically, we're going to cover 2 topics per show. If it runs a little long, each show is like maybe 30 minutes. And then we'll answer one of the fan emails about a relationship question at the end of the show. So, Devon, what's your topic today?
So today, through a list of topics that we composed, I chose one about unity. I like to call it feminine unity, but I want to talk about why women, modern times, as he has found throughout his life's journeys, that women are not united. We're going to talk about women and how they are not united and how they should be united. We want to discuss why this is a problem for both sexes, male and female. So that's the topic that we're going to discuss through my choice at this time.
Okay. And I chose women hiding their wedding rings. Ladies, you gotta stop doing that.
It happens. It happens.
You know what I
More
mean?
often than you think. It happens.
So who wants to go first?
You want to... No, rock, paper, scissors? Okay.
Doesn't matter. Who wants to go first? You want to go? Or I want
you can
to
go first.
All right. All right. So let's talk about this for a second. First of all, ladies, you know, if you don't want to be married, don't be married. And if you're married and you leave the house with your girls and you're wearing your wedding ring and you don't want your guy to see, when you get in the car, take it off. That way you're not out at the event, at the bar, at the lounge, at the restaurant, hiding the ring the entire time. So me and some friends, we were out recently, and there were 2 very good-looking women there. One was engaged, I didn't know. She wasn't wearing her ring at all. And the other one was married. And I noticed the entire time she was hiding her ring under the table. And a buddy of mine was with me, and I said, man, are you seeing this? He's like, huh? I was like, dude, just pay attention. He didn't believe me. I said, just watch her movements. I mean, she literally kept her hand down, used the right hand every single moment, I mean, it was almost like she had her wrist chained to her ankle or something.
Really?
It was like this.
Really?
It was that obvious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, a friend I was with knew her and her sister and explained to me that they had been recently at his place and told him that they both were on a break.
A break.
He's the one that told me
that
the sister was actually engaged.
Okay.
I didn't even know. And they both said they were on a 2-week break at the time.
And that's what he's telling you.
Right, that's what he's telling me.
But you didn't hear that from them.
Right, I
they
never
never
mentioned
mentioned
that. Yeah, and
okay.
I'm watching her just hide her ring.
Having that knowledge, right.
Women, like, talk, I don't get it. I don't get it. What do you have to say about it?
Well, I will say this. You did mention something about women don't be married, okay? If you don't want to be married, don't be married. But things happen. There's arguments and there's fights. And then you mentioned something about them take the ring off if they go out. And
yeah, because apparently she wanted to hide it, but she obviously wanted to hide it from a potential new interest.
Right.
But probably when she left the house, didn't want to take it off in front of the husband. What I'm saying is,
that's deceit.
Take it off in the car
before you go in.
Put it back on before you go in the house. But a lot of times, from what I hear, they don't want to do that because they don't want to forget to put it back on.
When they come back home.
Right.
Come back home.
That's what I heard.
Okay. Well, you see, that's my problem, Imani. I think women should be more honest when it comes to things like that. And if you are married and you're having a break or something's not right between you and your husband, you ain't spoken for 2 or 3 days, you're still married, and these things happen all the time. You have breaks all the time. So if you go out with your girls, there is more honesty and respect in a woman that carries her ring on her finger. Mm-hmm. And if a man approaches her, she can say, you know, I am married, but right now things are not looking good.
Right.
Right now we're on a break. I don't know where it's going. Right. And men will be men, whether you're married or not, have a ring or not. There's dogs out there.
That's true.
And so you don't have to worry about a man approaching you.
Right. Or not wanting to talk to you because you have a ring on.
Right. Some men, that turns them on even more, the fact that she's got a ring. Right. So I'm not condoning, adultery or anything like that. But what I'm saying, if your motive is to find another person or be another interest, a romantic interest, be honest throughout the way. Because if it becomes something more, between you and the fellow at the bar, he could say, you know what, you took your ring off and you hid that from your husband.
Right.
You might do that to me.
Exactly.
But if you're honest in the beginning and say, we're having a problem, I'm still married, I still love him, but I'm open to get to know you as a friend.
Right.
If it becomes more than that, that guy can say, I recall when you were honest about the whole thing up front.
Right.
I have trust for you. You see? So that's my opinion on that. And I believe that honesty is the best policy for both genders. Right. But go ahead.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, at least, you will bring up a really good point because you're right. We don't care. Ladies, if you're wearing your ring and you're married, to be honest, we don't care. Especially if you're really good looking. Now, I have some of my friends who do care and they won't touch you with a 10-foot pole, but that's the exception, not the rule. The rule is we actually don't care, especially if you're good looking. We would actually appreciate the fact that you are honest about it. And let me give you a little tip. Even if you want to hide it at first, and then when the man approaches you, bring it up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So at least you got the approach, because what I'm thinking is you're hiding it because you don't want that potential person to not approach you. That's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If we're wrong, put it in the comments below, but that's what I'm thinking. So why don't you at least maybe hide it first and then bring it up? Then it becomes a topic of a conversation. Then the guy could just go, hey, you're married, and then you could say what you just said.
Exactly.
Hey, I am, but I'm kind of going through some things. But I still just want to be upfront. Mm-hmm. And ladies, more times than not, we'll still go after you.
Not all of us.
Not all of us.
Not all of us.
A lot of us. If you need that side guy to just escape.
Not a lot. That's propaganda.
Right.
See, that's propaganda. A lot of us will go after it. That's propaganda. That's an indoctrination, females, that you gotta see. I said females. Right. There's gonna be someone in there who's gonna have a problem with that. Yeah. Women, ladies.
Yeah.
That's indoctrination. Not all men are dogs.
Yeah, not all men are dogs. But most of us will still go after you, and some of us will even provide the escape and tell you, hey, I don't mind if you're married. If you want to just be on the down low, let's hang out. You're tired at home. If you're bored, if he's not, having sex right, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. A lot of us will still talk to you, hang out with you, and stuff like that, and allow you to still handle that gray area that you're in without ruining the marriage and stuff like that until you're ready to escape. So like Devon said, just be upfront, be honest. Don't be hiding the ring, man, and you're out. Just
we know.
Leave it home.
We know, women. We know, even though you're married, you're with your girls, you're not coming to the bar or to the lounge, the rooftop lounge, or the club. Yeah. You're not coming in sweats and jeans and flip-flops. You're looking good. You're looking your best. You're looking good.
Right.
You got your hair done. You're adorned. You got your jewelry on. You got your makeup on. You're out to have a good time. So most men, they want to vibe with that. They want to give you a good time, and sometimes that leads to other things, because we know why you're there. We know you're not there just to sit around and look at everybody else dance.
Right.
You know, you're not there just to dance and have a good time either, because you could dance at home.
Right.
You could dance in the garage. You're out there to vibe and to meet, because that's your energy. Women, you have this naturalness to be expressive and to open up your emotions, and that kind of mutates into going out almost every weekend.
Right.
To get those feelings out. So when we see you sitting down in that dress, we know you want a man deep down to talk to you. So you can either reject him, you know, or you can, you know, vibe with him or just have a good conversation. We know. So being dishonest up front behind the ring doesn't work out for you in any one of those regards.
You want to know what's funny about you saying that?
What's up?
We were at the wineries not too long ago. It was
I
me
there?
and a couple of buddies. No, you weren't there.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, from across the thing, I see this really good looking woman. And I told my friend, I said, Chris, I got to go say something to her. Because sometimes you meet women or you see women that you have to say something to. And then sometimes, oh, she's good.
Especially when there's eye contact. Especially when there's eye contact.
You know, so I go up to this lady, do my whole spiel, do my whole rigmarole. And ladies, you're wrong for this. So I like go into clothes. Meaning, hey, let's just change numbers if we can hang out some other time.
You go into clothes or the clothes?
The clothes.
Clothes, okay, not clothes.
Then she hits me with the big, you know what? Actually, I'm married. You know, and so the first thing I said, which goes back to my topic, is why aren't you wearing your wedding ring?
Good for her.
She said, well, because I like the attention, and I know if I wear it, someone is not going to approach me. So I'm like, are you serious? I couldn't believe it. Wow. And all of her friends, her girlfriends, they were with her. They were like, yeah, sorry, that, you know, that's kind of what she does. You know what I mean? So this woman purposely goes out and not wears her ring just to get the attention, to then enjoy that moment, feel that attention, and then turn a guy down and go, I just wanted the attention. I'm sorry, I'm married.
That's strange.
You fucking kidding me.
You know what that is? That's called ego right there. That's
you gotta
ego.
Be kidding me.
She's going after to feel good about herself. And you know what?
Yeah, I was really tripped out by that. I couldn't believe it.
You know what I would have said? I would have said, now I see the problem in your marriage. Your husband fails to make you feel good about yourself.
See, I didn't even think about all that.
And you got to come out here and play the role just to shut me down.
Yeah.
So you can feel good about yourself.
Yeah,
How dare you?
I just felt stupid.
I would have said that. How dare you? You know, you don't have a marriage. Yeah. You have a circumstance that benefits you, and that's why you're still in.
Right.
She would have been like,
see, I ain't go that deep.
She would have been like, what? I bet you at the end of that night, she wouldn't be married no more. Let's just say that. But let's just keep it at that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Man, that's pretty.
You know what I mean? I just couldn't believe that.
I could believe it. You know, I could believe it.
I was like, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and her girlfriends there allowed that to transpire. Not to happen, right? They didn't say.
Girlfriends didn't say nothing.
What was her name?
I don't even remember.
You know, let's say her name was Brenda or something. They didn't say Brenda. That's not right. That's not cool.
Her girls were with it.
They were with it.
Yep.
And that goes into what I was talking about, women being not being united. Because if there is unity in that situation, for the better, a true friend, her true female friend, would have said, Brenda, what you did wasn't nice.
Right.
What you did wasn't appropriate.
Right.
You shot this innocent guy down. He worked up the courage to, you know, and you have a husband at home. That's not right. But they tolerated and condoned it. And that's why women, when they try to stick together and try to say, we're in this together as a woman family, as the feminism propels itself in this generation, it's not taken seriously, because we all know that women are not united. They're divided among themselves, and that was a division, you know. So I wanted to talk about how women are not united.
Well, yeah, and before we even go deep into that, what I want to know is, is she happy, like this woman at the YB? She can't be, because if you still have to go out and almost fake as if you're still single in order to get some attention, something is wrong there. Like, you can't be happily married. I mean, at the end of the day, do you really want to be free? Is my question. Is at the end of the day, does she really want to be free? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're going out as if you're a free woman to get approached like you did before you were probably married, then You know what I'm saying?
You know,
I don't really get that game.
I disagree about her not being happily married.
Okay.
Maybe she is happily married. Husband does everything for her, but she's not happy with herself. You see, so that's why she's doing what she has to do. She's
just to get more validation.
Right.
Like, yes, I do look good.
Right.
So I'm gonna show everybody. I'm gonna show myself. I'm gonna go to the winery today without my ring.
Right.
And to prove that I still look good, or I do look good, and I demand it.
Right.
To watch someone want to come up and approach me.
Right. And I learned that when I was young. Two girls walked up to me in high school at the library, and they were like, "Can we have your number?" Mm-hmm. And I was young and dumb. And they were beautiful, pretty, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And then I gave her my number. And then she laughed. She was like, "Ha!" And told her girlfriends in the back, "I told you I'd get it. He gave me his number." And she crumbled it up and threw it away.
Oh, wow.
See, it was a game.
So that's kind of the same thing.
It's kind of the same thing, because they needed that to feel good about themselves. So, I don't know, man. It happens. This is awareness. And, ladies out there, if you see your girlfriends doing things like that, it's up to you to speak up and say that's not right. Because if you don't speak up about it, you're part of the problem.
Yeah. Ladies, don't do that. Don't go home. Don't go out without your ring. Don't go out and hide your ring. And then don't go out without your ring, luring men in to just shut them down for your own personal gain and self-esteem or whatever you want to call it.
It's this quest for validation. I find some women are thirsting for. If you're married and happily married and have a man at home that loves you and cooks and cleans for you or anything else like that, that's enough validation right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't need more men under your belt.
A lot of them want more than that, though, brother.
They do. A lot of them do. And they may not say to themselves, "Oh, I'm not going to go sleep with him.
Right.
I'm not going to hook up with him."
Right.
But if I'm getting the attention and the stimulus and the validation, then it's pretty much the same thing.
Right.
It's a different stimulus.
Right.
But man, I'm sorry that happened.
That's crazy.
How'd that feel?
All good. Oh, I literally felt stupid. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I forgot him. I was like, really? Come on now.
I would have felt disgusted,
I'm sorry, I was like,
she had a smile on her face.
Yeah.
She had a smile on her face?
Yeah. Turn off. Yeah. I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here with that. Anyway.
What she do for work? What do you...
I forgot.
Yeah.
I really forgot. I don't know. That was a while ago. That was a long time ago. Yeah. Anyway. So that's that. Women hiding their wedding rings, don't do it. Don't hide the ring, ladies, once again. Don't leave it home and then have God talk to you to just shut them down. Just decide what you're going to do. Wear it and just be honest. And if you really want to escape, trust me, if it's the right guy, he'll allow you that escape. You know what I mean? And if you're not happy and you need validation, try and get it from your husband. Don't go out without your ring trying to get it from single guys. That's not cool.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Moving on.
Let's move on. We're talking about my topic now. About the unity.
Yeah. Women are not united. And this is what I want to delve into. I heard you mention this before.
Right.
And I really want to see what you mean by this, and we can go back and forth on opinions and all that kind of stuff.
So, growing up in high school, I'll say I had the honor of having more female friends than male friends. Mm-hmm. And that taught me a lot about women, how they view themselves and how they view others, and throughout, I can't tell you how many times I've heard women say that a woman walks by with larger breasts or larger buttocks, and she evaluates her, checks her out, and says, "Oh, those are fake." Or before they even know who she is, they already have like this bad taste in her mouth. "Oh, I don't like her."
Right.
Because she has a bigger this or a bigger that.
Oh, interesting.
And you have this envy. That's just what it is. It's this envy about the prettier woman, or the woman that may be more desirable towards men because of her body, right? So women compare themselves in a negative way instead of saying, "Oh, she has this or that, but she might be a good woman. Let me get to know her on a positive note." Instead, they approach and meet other women with this already, like this pre-qualifying gesture.
I never even looked at it like
this gesture, right? So when women today come together and say that we are joining this woman power, this feminist team, and we're going to march down the streets as a sisterhood. Deep down, we men know, we see you marching those streets, we know you all judge each other in a negative way. So your approach can't be taken with a grain of salt, because together you're not united. So when you're already divided, anything you say, it kind of goes down the drain. And I illustrated like this. I was speaking to a woman, and she was telling me how she supports feminism. Mm-hmm. And she's a feminist, a diehard feminist. And she's a sister to all her sisters around the world. And then she was telling me how she wants to motivate her husband to pay for her breast implants. Mm-hmm. And they're about $5,000 or so. She wanted to go to Mexico to get those done a little cheaper. Mm-hmm. And in the back of my mind, I didn't say this, but in the back of my mind, I was saying, you know, a woman has a right to spend her money on whatever she wants. Mm-hmm. And she wants to spend it on her body. That's her choice. I'm not talking bad about that. But what I didn't like is how she is a feminist and she supports her sisters. Instead of taking that $5,000 to feed little Susie in Africa or little Diane in China to help liberate her from this Atlantic sex trade, she's going to take that $5,000 and invest it in herself to make her breasts look bigger so that she can attract another male.
Right.
Or to look better for the male.
Right.
Right? So she's objectifying herself, her breast.
Yeah.
But then will blame other men by saying, oh, you objectifying my breast. You know, you're making it sexualized. When really she's doing that to herself.
Right.
So it's kind of like this disunity that women... Is that a word, disunity? It is today.
It is today.
It is today. It is today, yeah. So I had a problem with that part. I believe that a person who is selfless and honest-hearted in their endeavors to support another person would much rather spend any grant of money that they have, not to free themselves, but let's put it towards someone that really needs it first. That's true sisterhood. That's true humanitarianism.
Right.
And that's what I support, you know. And that disunity, it makes it easier for a woman to say, or a group of women to march down the street with a sign or type behind the keyboard, women power, women power, women power. But when it comes to the reality and you have the power to liberate another woman, it's not done.
Yeah, they don't do it. So basically what you're saying, to reiterate, because you touched on a lot, is when you see these marches and stuff, you're saying, yeah, they do that, this march for the cameras or for whatever the cause is, but really deep down behind all that, they're not really united.
No. Because
they'll go home or to a restaurant later that night after the march and see a good-looking lady with hair and some boobs and go, oh, that's fake, I bet.
And then
right after the march.
Right. And then if your husband looks at it, she gets mad.
She gets even more upset.
Be happy that another man finds another woman beautiful. You're all beautiful. You know, ask him, what is about her that you like, babe?
So I have a question. So I have a comment and a question for you about the breast implant thing as opposed to helping the... Okay, so what if there's a lady that actually does both? What if she says, hey, I am for that cause of helping, you know, the enslaved girls or whatever, but I'm gonna get my breast done too next week.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I will say this. That's fine. Do whatever you do with your body, ladies. We're not saying you can't enlarge yourselves. You can do both. Right. But if you decide to enlarge your breasts to feel better about yourself, you're surrendering your value to a member of the body, your breast. Your value isn't in the breast. You're actually creating what you're trying to prevent. Right. Is that the objectification, the value in the titties? Excuse the language, but the value isn't there. But when you get them for yourself or for other people to look, you're actually creating what you're fighting against. It's like a paradox, and that's why I don't support it.
Gotcha. Yeah, you know what's funny is I remember my first time being with a woman that had fake breasts, and it happened to be the first Caucasian woman I'd been with as well, and I'll never forget it because I remember saying to myself, "Man, this feels weird." You know what I mean? Because I had
just knowing
I had been used to just touching and feeling and, you know, doing the foreplay with real breasts. So it felt really weird. I was like, oh, this is what real breast? What's this fake breast feel like? And dude, I remember not liking it. Like, this isn't cool. Like, why do you guys want to do this? And I've never been a breast guy. Some guys love breasts, but I've never been really a breast guy. I'm more nice shape, nice ass, stuff like that. But yeah, it just trips me out. You know, they like do go to lengths to make themselves look good, to be objectified, believe it or not. Yeah. That's exactly what happens. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have more voluptuous chests and stuff like that, and wanting to be more attractive to the guy. But then the flip side of that is what, you know?
Yeah.
I was gonna be like,
See, and I will touch base with you on that, because Imani, it's like women have been misled and indoctrinated to think all men want are physical, right?
Right.
And some of you ladies out there, you want the man that's deeper and intelligent and it's more emotional and it's sensitive and all this. That type of man is going to see your fake this or that and try to ask himself why.
Right.
You see, and he's like, "Why do you have those?"
Right.
And then the man,
the more deeper, intelligent man, don't care about that.
Right. The one that you're looking for isn't going to be interested in your fake buttocks,
right,
your fake lips, your fake breasts.
Yeah.
So you're going to attract the ones that you are not even searching for.
Yep.
That's, you know. That's so you ever heard of a woman say, "I keep attracting the wrong type of guys."
Yep, that's real talk.
You know. So
yep.
I'm not trying to say women are fake by getting fake breasts.
Right.
But when you put in, you are what you eat.
Right.
So if you are what you insert something not real.
Wow, that's deep.
You're going to get something not. I just made it up.
You are what you insert.
You are what you insert. You insert something.
Remember
fake,
that, ladies.
You insert something fake, something plastic. Guess what's coming to you?
Something fake and plastic.
There it is.
A fake and plastic guy. Wow. Wow, I never even looked at it like, you know what? I need to take notes of this show.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real talk,
yeah,
man. Because, and I can definitely attest to that. I'm a successful, good-looking guy, smart, intelligent, spiritual, and I don't like that because I'm not plastic or fake.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't like that. When I see that, I'm actually disgusted by it.
Mm-hmm.
I was in LA not too long ago and saw a girl walking down Melrose with fake lips and the butt was out to here. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm just not into that. And she was a good looking girl.
To me,
that shit just made her look ugly.
It screams insecurity.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Secure men don't want that.
That is crazy.
So that's what I mean by being not united.
So let me ask you a question. So women are not united. What do you think they need to do to become more united? Can you touch on some of the things with that? Like, you have everything in your mind?
Yeah, I do. I think it has to not do with gender at this point. It has to do with being human. And I think, to unite each other, we have to understand or be willing to understand each other and be honest.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it has to do with being more genuine with each other. An example of that would be, suppose a woman is wearing a dress and she asks her other woman friend, "How does this look?" Mm-hmm. If it looks good, say it looks good. But if it looks bad, say it looks bad.
Right.
Don't say, "Oh, it looks good," so then when they walk out tonight, she knows that she looks better.
Right.
Girl B knows she looks better than girl A. Right. And that happens a lot. So just be more honest in the small things like that. Tell her, it doesn't look good. Or tell women that you're wrong, like the one with the wedding ring. Mm-hmm. Her friend or her sister, whoever it was, she should have said, you shouldn't have done that.
I don't think the sister even noticed it.
Okay. Well, the other one that shot you down, that you walked up to her.
Yeah, the winery, yeah.
All her female friends should have said, let's say her name was Brenda. Brenda, that wasn't right. Yeah. You shouldn't have done that. Yeah. It's those small steps that become bigger.
And those in ways just saying they can unite.
They can unite.
Yeah.
And that's why when they march down the streets and they carry the signs, we men can look at that with more respect.
Right.
Because it's easy to hold a sign on the street, but what's hard is actively in your day-to-day life being a real humanitarian for your fellow man.
Right.
And that's what it's all about,
Right.
So
I agree.
That's what I want to hone in on about the unity part.
That's cool. All right, guys. So, ladies and gents, so we have those are our two topics for today. Like I said, at the end of the show, we'll answer some subscriber and fan questions, and we have a guy he wants to remain anonymous. And he sent us an email. I'm gonna read you guys. What he did was he emailed me a text from a girl. Apparently he was, courting this girl on social media on one of the dating apps. I forget which one. And then it finally got to the point they were texting back and forth. He actually sent me a screenshot of the text too. I can't show you guys that, but this is what happened. And he wanted me and Devon to actually discuss it on the show. So he goes, and this is a white guy. He goes, just hot black girl on one of the dating. I don't want to say which one. We don't want no one coming at us to try to sue us or anything.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the popular dating sites. this hot black girl on the site. We've been talking for 2 weeks. She's into fitness, takes half naked pics. I finally said, let's hang out this weekend, sexy. She says, I can't see you now because you called me sexy. She feels uncomfortable. Meanwhile, her ass pics are blasted all over IG. And he has a bunch of ha-ha-ha's with the hand in front of the face emoji. And this was a good one. I'm like, ladies, come on. It's not like he said, damn, you look hot as a motherfucker in those pics. I'm on hard. Can we have a date so we can fuck? It's not like he said that. All he said was, hey, sexy, let's go on a date.
But he said,
hey, sexy, let's hang out this weekend.
But he said he finally
said.
So there was a time frame. Yeah. They've been talking for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
See? They've been talking for a while.
And she was offended. And if you could see I have the other text message, and she was like, he basically was like, yeah, okay, that's fine, whatever. And she was dead serious. Just because she was called sexy, she canned everything. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, really?
That makes me sad, man. That makes me sad.
So ladies, you're online, you're
I'm
on
like
these
depressed
apps,
now.
and you have half naked pics on your site. And this guy is a respectable guy. All he said was, hey, let's hang out this weekend, sexy. And you offended? Am I missing something here? Is that offensive?
Why couldn't she just say, I respect what you're trying to achieve here, but don't call me that. But what time?
Just say,
what time?
Like, hey, just don't use that word, but I'd love to see you. I know it may sound kind of weird because what I show, I'm proud of my body, but I don't want it to be objectified. I know you didn't really do that. Sexy is not a big word, but she could have handled it differently.
A lot differently.
To cut the entire date and the meeting,
right? Just
because she was called sexy.
Maybe it was an excuse.
Like, come on. But he said they had been talking for a while and it was been going great.
Right.
So and if you see the rest of the text I saw, it was true. Like, she really was offended by it.
Wow.
I was like, you gotta be, what has this world come to? And on another show, we'll talk about internet dating and app dating and all that stuff. We'll talk about it another show, but it's like, what does it come to where you can't even call a lady sexy? So it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You go get the fake breasts, you go get the fake ass, you go get the fake lips, you put half naked pictures on the internet, and I'm not saying this young lady did that, and then a guy you've been talking to for 2 weeks says, hey, sexy, let's hang out this weekend.
And you're mad.
And you're offended? I'm sorry, man.
What's going on, man? Is the world insane? Like, come on. Like, what is a man who is drawn by physical attraction supposed to say?
Right.
What is he supposed to say? What did you want him to say?
Right. He wasn't even rude. He was just like, hey, sexy, let's hang out this weekend.
I mean, I will say this, though. In her defense, I don't like how that conversation went.
Right.
But in her defense, maybe during the 2 weeks they were talking, maybe he was saying something that, was kind of
led to her saying that,
making her feel uncomfortable.
That's a good point.
Or maybe he had no game. Maybe his text game was just whack.
Yeah.
And I know women do things like this. When they're not feeling the guy no more,
right,
they're caused controversy and fear, and they're caused problems. They're caused propaganda. And they'll say, oh, I don't like how you spoke to me last Thursday.
Right.
He's like, what'd I say? He's like, well, you know what? That shows to me that you're this and you're that. I don't think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
I'm out. But little does he know there probably was another man that slid into her DMs and got her, and she felt guilty about talking to 2 different men. So she cuts him off just to get with the guy that's better.
Right.
Better looking or has better money or whatever it is.
Who knows?
Who knows? But see, it's so many intricate things.
Yeah, it could be anything.
But that still made me sad, man.
That was crazy. So listen, the guy that sent this in, listen, on to the next. You're on the app. You probably swiped 5 or 6 different girls that day or that week anyway. Well, you did say you were just talking to this one. So hopefully you'll find someone else that's better, cooler, that you don't have to deal with that BS with. So in closing, anything you'd like to add to anything?
Yeah, I want to say women especially, they have like this ability to be so expressive. But that expressiveness, it's a tool, it's a gift. And I feel some women may not have been taught or trained or coached by their fellow woman to utilize that tool the right way. So they express themselves, whether it be through dancing or getting breast implants. You're trying to say something about yourself to attract a man, You know, it's like your mating call. You know, so anything here, we're just trying to say, like, you know, try to learn more about your tool, your mating calls, and how to effectively use it the right way.
Yeah.
That's what I want to close off with, you know. But I will say this: men, women, we're all the same. You know, whatever gender you are, I feel we're all the same. We have the same desires. We want to be held. We want to be intimate, and we want to be respected.
Right.
We want to be all of us. And so we're not here trying to offend women, knock them down, or offend men, knock them down. We're spreading awareness because stuff like this isn't talked about.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
We're showing the other side of the coin here.
Exactly.
You know, and that story really makes me sad, oddly. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it happened to me before.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was that me?
Yeah. All right, guys, that's our show. Tune in next week where we talk about 2 more cool topics. And remember, this podcast is inspired by Devon's book, Romantic Propaganda. Google it. You can pick it up anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on social media. All the info will be in the description. And remember, every Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, we're broadcasting the truth and exposing the lies. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Nothing.